Well, hello there. Welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. This video is a little bit haven't prepped it that much, and so if I talk in circles or I don't know what I'm talking about, that's the reason why. I actually was gonna make this video a lot later than I am doing now. Right now, I'm doing this video basically 2 weeks, a little bit under 2 weeks when Arlecchino comes out. So I guess I should show the banner, right? So basically in like 12 more days, Arlecchino comes out. And I was planning on making this video before the day that she comes out. But due to a lot of stuff that's been happening to me, like IRL in real life, I can't exactly make that video. And I can't exactly make that video during the time I wanted to make this video or that video. And so I'm making this video. Basically, the plan I had was I was gonna make this video, the video before I roll for the Knave. That was gonna be basically what led up to it. I made a few videos prepping for Arlecchino and telling my plans for this video and the next video. Unfortunately, again, like I mentioned, things came up in life, and so I couldn't accomplish as much as I wanted. Essentially, there's a few things I wanted to do. And one of the things that I wanted to do was do a lot of exploration. As you can see here, I'm super behind on Chenyu Vale, and I'm basically really behind on most of the Fontaine regions. And of course, I'm behind on most of the Sumeru regions. Or I should say I'm behind on all of the Sumeru regions. Not most of them, all of them I'm behind. And yeah, my goal was to explore all these regions. And other stuff like character quests, like hangout quests, and do all this stuff so I can get Primo Gems. So when I roll for Arlecchino, I can roll her C6 R1, 7 copies of her and 1 copy of her weapon, her best in slot weapon, I should say. That was the plan, and that plan required a lot of time and planning. I had a lot of time to do it. And unfortunately, I kind of waited a bit too long until like there was only like maybe 150 more days until Arlecchino releases. And during that time, just stuff came up, and so like super busy with life. And yeah, I didn't do all that stuff that I wanted to do. Again, I had like full plans. I think over here, the things I wanted to do. And yeah, it just never came to be. Indeed, this video was gonna be me cashing in the Statue of Sevens, catching in Fountain of Lucine, cashing in, the Statue of Sevens in Sumeru and all that stuff. But since since I didn't do that much exploration, we can't cash in that much stuff. But I did do some of it, and so yeah, I guess we will cash in what we can cash in. So I can do a little bit. So yeah, this video is kind of like me saying that I basically failed my mission to get a lot of Primo Gems. But yeah, we'll see. I'll show you what I mean. Because of me not doing that, because I didn't not able to spend a lot of time to farm for Primo Gems, I actually bought the top up. So basically the 100 US dollars, I bought this pack. All right, I'm saying this in this video because I don't want to really waste my time. I will mention this in the main video, in the main event, when I roll for the character. But in this video, I'm gonna kind of mention it more in detail. But I will mention this in the main event because I don't want to deceive people and be like, whoa, I have all these Primo Gems, I'm free to play. No, I spent $100. $100 is a lot of money, especially on a free video game. All right, $100 is a lot, guys. $100 is a lot of money. Like, some people wouldn't even dare spend like $5 on a game like Genshin Impact, and here I am casually spending $100. But keep in mind, yeah, I mean, again, I had to spend a lot of time doing other stuff, and so I had to get Primo Gems using money, right? Like, you're right, that makes, right? You understand what's going on behind the scenes, right? So I bought this to help me with my total because my goal was 700 rolls. And now that I have all these primo gems, you can see that I can get 637 plus 54, right? Let me take a calculator out. 637 plus 57 is 694. And so I'm pretty close to it. Keep in mind that that $100 pack is only 82 rolls. And so like I saved most of these rolls without top up. Keep in mind though, I have been buying the Welcome Moon basically every month for like a long time now. So those are the two things that I am spending money towards the C6 Arlecchino and R1, I suppose. So yeah, keep in mind 100 of it is Genesis crystals and a fair amount of it is Welcome Moon. While I have been waiting for her for like over 600 days, keep in mind that within those 600 days, I also, C6 Yaimiko. I see 2 Raiden Shogun. I got 1 copy of Yelan. I got 1 copy of Farina. Actually, everybody, hold up. Literally everybody in this casual team that I've been using, I've actually rolled for in the last 600 days. I rolled for like 2 copies of Raiden Shogun, 3 copies of Yaimiko. I think 1 or 2 copies of Yelan. I think 1 copy of Yelan. And then 1 copy of Farina. And so literally all these, yeah, what you're seeing is what I rolled for. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is that I use a lot of primo gems from my Welcome Moon on other characters. So it's not like I've been saving 6 months worth or 600 days worth of Welcome Moon, which is 20 Welcome Moons, which is $100. 20 Welcome Moons is $100. So I've spent, way more than $100 on Welcome Moons on my account, right? Well, keep in mind that most of those primo gems, I shouldn't say most, but a lot of those primo gems came into other characters. So it's not exactly that conversion. But so I've spent a lot of money. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I spent a lot of money. I mean, I say a lot of money, like $200 if you want to calculate it like that. I just want to give you an idea of where the primo gems came from. And, I'm not free to play. I didn't farm a lot of these. I mean, I did farm a lot of them from dailies and events and stuff. But I could have farmed more. I still have a lot more left on my account to do. Indeed. We upgraded our statue 7 to 5. I think it's time to open some gated chests. Indeed. Because we're trying to collect as much primo gems as we can in this video. Again, this my plan for this video was to open up all the gated chests, complete all the statue of 7s, unlock all the Fountain of Lucine, the onion and stuff. But since I didn't do much, or since I didn't complete as much as I wanted to, we can still do some of this stuff, but we can't do it like all of it, which is a bit unfortunate. But I should have a few gated chest keys from the statue of the 7 here. I have 4, so I can open 4 of these gated chests, which will give me more primo gems.
Go on, open it up.
40 primo gems each. Okay, so basically I got a roll from all this. I got a roll from 4 keys, right? There's another chest down here. Yeah, we're gonna try to open these up real quick, and then after I get all this, I'll have the max amount of hydro sigils that I'll have, unless I do more exploration, which I won't do. So I'll have the max amount of hydro sigils I can get at this time, and then we go and hit up the Fountain of Lucine. Once we hit up the Fountain of Lucine, we'll get some standard rolls. And then again, last video I used a bunch of standard rolls, and I was anticipating having a little bit more this video. Unfortunately, like I said, couldn't get as much done as I wanted to, so I don't have as much standard rolls as I could have had if I had finished my onion in the Fountain of Lucine. At least level 40 on the Fountain of Lucine. We got 2 more gated chests here. I think I want to open this one next. So after all this, I'm gonna, because there's still more things to talk about, and so I'll talk about it a little bit later, but I just want to open some of these chests. Is there another gated chest? I think there's a gated chest over here, and then that's the last one I know of. I know there's more gated chests in the newer regions, but I didn't exactly mark them on my map, and so this is the last one we open. Okay, so like I said, there's a lot of stuff I didn't complete. One of them being a lot of exploration. Another of them was I was planning on drawing a thumbnail Okay, I still don't know what I'm... Okay, well, I should finish this train of thought first. I was planning on making a special thumbnail for the video. I was gonna do a drawing. of Arlecchino. I actually bought a new like drawing tablet, and I also like downloaded, what's it, Paint Clip Studio or whatever it's called. There's a one that a lot of people use to draw. So I've downloaded two of those things. I was prepared to draw it. Funny enough, you know, that $100 that I spent, getting your Primo Gems, you know, again, I said there's a lot of things you can use with $100, and one of those things is a drawing tablet. But regardless, I was gonna do a drawing for the thumbnail, but because of time, and I really want to make that drawing good, I won't make that drawing for that thumbnail. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do for the thumbnail on the main event video, but that's one thing I couldn't do, unfortunately. And yeah. Alright, so again, I got the max amount of hydro sigils I could have gone at for the time being. Unfortunately, that only looks like I unlocked 2 levels. Do I even get standard rolls from this? I did get 2 standard rolls. Okay, that's not bad. Well, I mean, that's as much as I can do, essentially. That's as much as I can do for now. I think we can get this because we opened some gated chests. Let's roll my standard rolls down. Again, I should get a 5-star here. Interestingly enough, I'm at like, I should get a 5-star here. So we did a lot of rolls last video, and so, or I say last video, I mean the last one of the preparing for Arlecchino videos, and so we get a 5-star here for sure, guaranteed. Maybe 2 5-stars if we get lucky. But yeah, whatever 5-star this is gonna be interesting because I'm at that point where I might start C6ing some 5-stars, and because of that, when I get them, again, when I lose a 50-50 or I get them in standard, it will grant me a lot of rolls. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so we got a Chi-Chi. Interesting. I mean, pretty bad. I mean, honestly, probably one of the worst 5-stars I can get. But regardless, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. So, there we go. Got 2 rolls here, which is not bad. I say it's not bad, it's pretty bad. We got 3 rolls left, so let's burn these rolls. Who cares? 1. Maybe we can get 2. Maybe we can get another 4-star. 3. No, we did not get another 4-star. Okay. I am gonna get more rolls by the time the main event happens. But by the time the main event happens, I might not bother with those rolls. Okay. Because of the rolls we got, we can go ahead and buy some Intertwined Fate. So there we go. We got a few gems, Primo Gems from the Statue of 7. We got a few from the gated chest. We got a few from standard rolls. And we're looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Okay. What do we have Chi-Chi at? C3 now? Alright. I think that's kind of it for basically housekeeping, I guess. Achievement. We got 10 Primo Gems there. Alright. I mean, and what else? Yeah, I mean, I think that's it. I guess we can collect our... I still have some events to do. We can collect our daily, and then we see where the total is at. And then, you know, keep in mind that while this is basically the last video I'm going to make to prepare for Arlecchino, keep in mind that I will get more gems. I will get more rolls by the time her banner drops, okay? So right now, we have... I mean, I'm just going to use a calculator to calculate this. That number divided by 160 plus 59. Alright, so we have almost 700 rolls. We have 698 rolls right now. 698 rolls right now. And we are pretty close to 700 rolls. Like I said, 700 rolls is what I want to go to. Because I think with 700 rolls, on average, if I don't get bad luck, I will get Arlecchino C6 R1. If I get bad luck, I won't actually get her C6, which would be awkward. But with average or good luck, with 700 rolls, I should be able to get her. So that's why I'm like 2 rolls off 700 rolls. Keep in mind that, you know, there's gonna be 12 days left, and so there's gonna be a bunch more dailies, 1 or 2 more events. I think it's just 1 more event, maybe 2 more events, but it's just the 1 cat event that we have right now. There's gonna be the special program actually. Special programs are gonna be tomorrow, so that's gonna be 300 more gems. Also, when an update happens, you usually get a few gems from maintenance, and then we also get the test run gems. Right? There's just again a few gems here or there, so it's gonna bring my roll count up, quite a fair bit. I'm gonna have like maybe 15, maybe even 20 rolls, 20 extra rolls, I should say, by the time that she comes out, which is going to be nice. And yeah, now that's basically all the housekeeping that I want to do. A little bit more about the main event video. Again, I mentioned that I was planning on making a thumbnail for that video. It was going to be sick. I'm not really going to talk about that thumbnail. I did say that the main subject would be Arlecchino, but I didn't say what the other stuff was going to be about. And so, hopefully I'm going to get this drawing finished one. I actually started it, but I just don't have time to finish it, unfortunately. Speaking of that video, I'm going to go into kind of spoiler range. It's not like hard spoiler. I'm not going to spoil any story and stuff. So I'm not going to really say spoiler alert. But it is spoilers, I suppose. When she comes out, she's also going to come out with a weekly boss. There's going to be a new weekly boss that gets introduced. Similar to how the Raiden Shogun boss, the seaweed boss, Nahida's seaweed boss, stuff like that comes out mid version. And so we're going to get a new weekly boss, which means that I'm not going to be able to upgrade her to 666. Or I'm sorry, I'm not going to upgrade her to 10 day 1, which is going to be unfortunate. It's going to take a while for me to 10 her. So I farmed her talent materials, which, spoiler alert, it's been leaked that these are her talent materials. So I have enough to 666 her, but I don't have enough to 10 her. So I'm going to work on that when the patch comes out. Definitely going to try to grind those. Keep in mind that when she comes out, there's also going to be a new world boss. Or there's going to be new world bosses. I should have checked if she requires any new world boss mats. I might need to farm world boss. Her weapon uses a new mob mat. So there's going to be new mobs in a new version. Spoiler alert. There's going to be new mobs because it's a big version. It's a big update. And so they're going to introduce new mobs. And those new mobs have new drops. And those new drops are required for her weapon. And so, again, I have her weapon mats. But I don't have, the small mats. Which is a bit unfortunate. Looking at Arlecchino, it does seem like she uses new weekly boss drops. Which is unfortunate. Holy, that's unfortunate. So I'm going to have to farm that when she releases. So yeah, when I get her, or when she releases, I can't make the video right away. If that's what I'm trying to say. I have to farm for her weapon mat. I have to farm for her boss mat, and that's gonna be a bit annoying. So the boss mat's easy. I can do that in my world. The weapon mat, I might need to go into other people's world to farm that. Maybe I can farm it with other people who are trying to farm her weapon mat. That would be nice if I can, plan that. Also, another spoiler alert, I guess. There's all spoilers now that I think about it. The new patch is also going to come out with new artifacts. And new artifacts are going to be her best in slot artifact. Because they work with her well. I don't want. I've already said too much. So I do have a bunch of fragile resin here, which I'm probably gonna. These fragile resins I have to use to farm for bosses. Because again, when I make that video, I want to make it as soon as possible. And in that video, I want to upgrade her to level like 98. And so I'm gonna use a lot of fragile resins just for bosses. But I'm also gonna use a lot of fragile resin, probably all of it actually, for artifacts. Because I want to farm, I want to get a really good set of artifacts on her. I don't think I can get a perfect set, but I can get a pretty decent set. Especially since I'm going to C6 her and R1 her. I don't really need the best substats on my artifacts as long as I get that main substat. Or, I'm sorry, the main stat correct and a few good substats, I'll be fine. Because, again, I'm C6ing her, so the best artifacts don't really matter to me. But I do want to farm artifacts. And then, again, weekly bosses always are involved in some sort of story. Like Zhongli's story quest, Raiden Shogun's story quest, Nahida's story quest, right? So a lot of these weekly bosses are embedded in story quests. And so I'm not exactly sure how to unlock the new weekly boss. I know there's a new weekly boss. I'm not sure how to unlock it. But I'm going to have to unlock it in order to upgrade Arlecchino further than 666. And so that's something that I can't do during the main event. That's something I'm going to do after the main event. But during the main event, I'll upgrade her as much as I can. Again, I won't have artifacts because that's what I'm going to do afterwards. I'm not going to have artifacts. I'm not going to have talent materials to get her more than 666. But I should be able to max her out as much as I can. Her weapon should be maxed out if I'm farming, you know, the enemies in the overworld. And then her level should be maxed out, right? But I'm not going to, when I upgrade her, I'm going to upgrade her. And then I'm going to actually, my plan is to upgrade her and then start testing her out, right? I'm definitely going to test her out on the Cryo Rizvine. I'm definitely going to test her out in like the Ice Cube. You know, I'm definitely going to test her out on the Samurai that likes to spar, right? So there's a few things I can test her out in the overworld. And then I'm probably going to run her in Abyss. The next Abyss resets in, what's it, like 4 days. Usually I do Abyss as soon as it resets. But obviously I want to save that Abyss for testing out the new character. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to upgrade her. Everything but the constellations. Test her out at C0 or 1. And then run Abyss. Try to get 6-star Abyss. Or try to get 36-star Abyss using her at 1 copy. And then after that I will so this is gonna be a long video, guys. So I'm gonna roll for her. I'm gonna upgrade her. I'm gonna test her. I'm gonna run her in Abyss, and then after I run her in Abyss, I'm gonna plan to C6 her. So then I'm gonna activate all the constellations like I did on Chi-Chi. Gonna activate all these constellations, and then I'm gonna retest her because now she should be significantly stronger. And spoiler alert, you know, I mean this is pretty obvious actually with most characters, but if you C6 them, their playstyle might change a little bit. I mean, obviously, C6 on her, she's gonna be significantly stronger, but her playstyle is a bit different, and so I'm definitely gonna test out her playstyle because I'll be able to test out her in the test run, right? I'll get a good sense of her before I start the video, and how she feels and how she moves and all that stuff. But then I'm gonna test her out, and then when I C6 her, I'm gonna test her out C6. So that's gonna be like maybe the most exciting part of that video. For me, it's the rolling is the most exciting part of that video, to be honest, because I'm going to be talking about a lot of stuff that I enjoy. But I'm going to assume that most people are going to come to that video with her being 6'6" and me testing her. Again, it's not going to be the best test. I'm just going to be messing around with her. But it's definitely going to be interesting, you know. And then that's it. I'm going to C6 her. I might run her in Abyss solo. If I C6 her and I feel like she's good enough to use solo in Abyss. And then that's the end of that video. And so yeah, just kind of outlining that video. I'll probably mention it very briefly when I start that video. But again, I want that video to be super concise because it's going to be a very, very long video. And so that's why this video I spent a lot of time talking about a bunch of random stuff. Because in that video, I'm just going to start it. I'm going to start rolling. I'm going to start talking while I roll, while I upgrade. I'm going to be talking. And after that, I just want to finish talking about all the subjects. And then have her fully upgraded to what I can. Also, what artifacts I'm going to use. I'm probably going to use Hu Tao's artifacts here. She is a fire, Arlecchino is a fire type, and so I'm just gonna run these artifacts on her. I need a attack sans, so I'm probably just gonna run deluxe attack. So yeah, it's gonna be everything, and then I'm gonna use this hourglass here. Not the best artifact set. That being said, though, it's I don't really care about having a good artifact set on day 1, just because again, this is what I'm gonna do off camera. And so that's my plan. So after I'm done with that video, I'm probably gonna sleep because I don't have time to do other stuff. After that video, it's gonna be a long video. Might be like 2 hours long, honestly. We'll see. So after I record that video, I have to go to sleep. I have to go to bed because I have business to take care of the next day. So then after that, I'm gonna farm her artifact, and then I'm going to kind of really sit down and test her out, and then I'm gonna like test her out and try to get my playstyle on her really. I'm gonna try to play well with her, and then I'm gonna make a showcase video, not like the main event. The main event is me just rolling and messing around with her, but I'm gonna really have a showcase video showcasing basically what she looks like at C6, and I think that's gonna be a good video too. But again, I'm not guaranteed making that video, or if I do make that video, it might take a long time to make that video. And so I don't want to promise that video, but that is plans that I have afterwards. Again, I had plans about exploration and about a thumbnail, but I didn't get those things completed. Indeed. I think that's all I have to say. I'm probably stalling at this point. I don't know what else there is to say. Unfortunately, like I said, I wanted to make this video a lot later than I am. And I want this video to be really popping. Unfortunately, it's not as popping as I want to. But again, real life happens, right? So anyways, get hyped. Get hyped. In 12 days. In 12 days here, we're going to get... we're going to use these premium gems, guys. We're going to use these premium gems. It's going to be awesome. So yeah, get excited. It's happening. It's happening. I've been waiting a long time. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. You're beautiful the way you are. The next time you watch one of these Genshin Impact videos, hopefully, and the next current one, I should say, the next one I record and post that's not a playthrough video. Yeah, we're gonna have stuff to play with, basically. All right. Yep. That's it. See you guys then.